Hi, I'm Marques.
I'm Jenny Heffron.
And I'm Allie Fisher.
I'm Zach Fulton.
What's going on, big guy? Right here I have a pretty good book. It's written by Mike Lubica, and it's called The $1 Million Throw. Here you have a young man by the name of Nate. They also call him Brady. Tom Brady, that is. Yeah, that's right. Starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. This kid has a pretty good arm, and he has the opportunity to throw during the game at the Patriots Stadium live on TV. However, the pressure is on him. In order for you to know more about this, you have to read it.
Hi Connor, the first book we have for you today is called Hoot by Carl Hiaasen. Imagine you're riding a school bus and you see this kid running down the side of the road and he doesn't have a backpack or any shoes, and you're like, who is that kid? Now at the same time, across town, there's a police officer investigating a case of vandalism at a construction site, and he finds alligators in the porta potties. Now you find out later that these two events are related, but you're the person who has to find out how. That's what this book is about, and I think it would be a really good book for you to read because it's very realistic, just like the sports books that you like.
Hey Connor, how are you, bud? That's good. Well, I heard you like sports. You know, I like sports too myself. I'm a real football kind of guy. I play soccer and all that kind of stuff. Well, I got a book for you. It's called The Contender by Robert Lipstein. And, you know, it's a book about a kid named Alfred who's not too much older than you are, actually. Through his life, he faces a lot of adversity and goes through a lot of challenges and obstacles in his life. And, you know, he basically ends up turning his life around, you know, certain events and certain people helping him out. And I think it'd be a really good book for you to enjoy. I think it'll help you out in your own life.
This is a book called Free Baseball, and it's about a little boy who mistakenly becomes a bat boy for a minor league baseball team. He is on a hunt for his dad, so he gets stowed away into a bus, and he ends up waking up in Florida. So while he's in Florida, he finds all kinds of adventures to go through with this crazy baseball team, and he ends up loving it. But you'll have to read the rest of this book to figure out what all he gets into.
Okay, Connor, my next book that I have for you here is called Hatchet by Gary Paulson. This one, like the book I showed you earlier, Hoot, is very, very realistic, but this one has a little bit more suspense. There's a boy, Brian, and he's going to visit his dad in the Canadian wilderness, and he's flying in a single-passenger airplane, and the pilot has a heart attack and dies. So Brian, being a 13-year-old boy, has to land the plane all by himself out in the middle of nowhere. And he has to survive out in the wilderness all by himself with only a hatchet. I wonder how he does that.
Hey Connor, it's me again, bud. I got another book for you. It's called Sashimi by Dan Gutman. This book basically gives you a little bit of history on the nation's pastime, as well as a great time travel book. And I know I like time travel, so I'm sure you will like it as well. And what a greater time travel it is to go back to see past players in one of your favorite sports. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
My next book is Miracle on 49th Street, also written by Mike Lubica. This book, however, is a little different. It deals with sports, but it deals with the background. This book talks about an MVP. He finds out that he has a 12-year-old daughter. She was told this by her mother, Jen, right before she lost her battle with breast cancer. In order to find more information, I suggest you open this book and read it.
Okay, Connor, my next book for you is called Swindle by Gordon Cor. Swindle is the name of a mean baseball card collector, and he cons this little boy Griffin and takes his favorite baseball card. So Griffin is forced to come up with this team of people to try and help him to get his card back from Swindle. What does he do? How many obstacles does he have to overcome? You'll have to find out by reading this book.
Hey kiddo, it's me again. This last book I have for you is called 6 Innings by James Preller. I know you like baseball, so you're going to love this one. So imagine yourself being in a championship game, and the whole season comes down to your last pitch. So what are you going to do? But you have to realize that everything in your life is falling apart, but the only thing that keeps your life together is this baseball game and baseball in general. So read this book and see what it finds out, see what this young man does. It may help you in future endeavors in your life.
Okay, Connor, my last book for you is called Busted by Betty Hicks. And Busted's a little bit different than the other 2 books that I've shown you. This book is about soccer instead of baseball, but it's only a little bit about soccer. It's more about a little boy who is always in trouble, and his mom has threatened to take his favorite activity, soccer, away from him. So the book is really about Stuart and his friend Mac trying to come up with a plan to keep Stuart out of trouble so that he can do what he really loves to do, which is play soccer. So read this book and find out all the trouble that Mac and Stuart get into.
What's going on, young man? The last book you will hear from us today is called Heat. Well, this story is a little different. This kid, Michael, is from the Bronx. He plays for the All-Star team there, and he's pretty doggone good. Matter of fact, most people think he's too good. So a lot of people try to make him prove that he's 12 years old. However, he doesn't have both parents, and his birth certificate is back in Cuba. So what does he do? Well, in order to find out what he does, you have to open this book and read it.
Alright, Connor, my last book that I have for you is a bit different than the other 2 that I've presented. It's a non-fiction book, which means everything in it is completely real. The one that I have for you is an autobiography of Hope Solo. If you like soccer, of course you'll know who Hope Solo is. I think this would be a good book for you to read because it'll open you up to new genres and get you really interested in the world of nonfiction. And there's so much to explore in the world of nonfiction, so you should definitely give this book a try.
Well, Connor, Mom, Dad, we hope that you liked our selections of books. However, there are many more that you can choose from. These are just some of the books that we wanted to show you.